To protect victims and survivors, we also remove images that depict incidents of sexual violence and intimate images shared without permission from the people pictured. For additional information on these efforts, please visit Using Technology to Protect Intimate Images and Help Build a Safe Community, as well as our guide to reporting and removing intimate images shared without your consent. Do not post in instances where content consists of any form of non-consensual sexual touching, crushing, necrophilia, or bestiality, including depictions including real photos/videos, or advocacy including aspirational and conditional statements or statements of intent, or calls for action or participation by yourself or others to engage in any form of the above-mentioned sexual acts. Content that attempts to exploit people by any of the following: coercing money, favors, or images from people by threats of exposure of their naked or semi-naked photos/videos. Sharing imagery that fulfills all three of the following conditions. Image is non-commercial or produced in a private setting. Person in the image is near nude, engaged in sexual activity, or in a sexual pose. Lack of consent to share the image is indicated by vengeful context, for example, caption, comments, or page title. Independent sources, for example, media coverage or law enforcement record. A visible match between the person depicted in the image and the person who has reported the content to us. The person who reported the content to us shares the same name as the person depicted in the image. Sharing imagery of people or a person focusing on sexualized areas of the body, such as the breast, groin, or buttocks, also known as creep shots or upskirts, or focusing on people engaged in sexual activity. The following elements need to be present. The focal point is on a sexualized area of the body or sexual activity, and the person in the image is clearly unaware. Threatening or stating an intent to share intimate imagery without consent. Soliciting intimate imagery to view or share without consent. Threatening or stating an intent to share private sexual conversations. Attempting to coordinate adult commercial sexual services or prostitution activities, such as requesting or offering or asking for rates for escort services and paid sexual fetish or domination services. For the following content, we include a warning screen so that people are aware the content may be disturbing. Narratives and statements that contain a depiction of non-consensual sexual touching, written or verbal, that includes details beyond mere naming or mentioning the act if shared by the victim or shared by a third party other than the victim in support of victim or condemnation of act or for general awareness to be determined by context/caption. 9. Bullying and harassment. Bullying and harassment happen in many places and come in many different forms, from making threats to releasing personally identifiable information to sending threatening messages and making unwanted malicious contact. We do not tolerate this kind of behavior because it prevents people from feeling safe and respected on Facebook. We distinguish between public figures and private individuals because we want to allow discussion, which often includes critical commentary of people who are featured in the news or who have a large public audience. For public figures, we remove attacks that are severe, as well as certain attacks where the public figure is directly tagged in the post or comment. For private individuals, our protection goes further. We remove content that's meant to degrade or shame, including, for example, claims about someone's sexual activity. We recognize that bullying and harassment can have more of an emotional impact on minors, which is why our policies provide heightened protection for users between the ages of 13 and 18. Context and intent matter, and we allow people to share and reshare posts if it is clear that something was shared in order to condemn or draw attention to bullying and harassment. In certain instances, we require self-reporting because it helps us understand that the person targeted feels bullied or harassed. In addition to reporting such behavior and content, we encourage people to use tools available on Facebook to help protect against it.